Denny J Show.
Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraitinzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean hande
It's time!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Denny J Show.
We almost didn't make it for this show, but God did.
Okay.
We here.
God did it.
God did it. God did it. He did it for us.
We're back.
Hey, man, I'm Singabati. We here.
We did have this discussion, right? Like, we always want to do an episode every week. That's the plan.
That's the plan. True.
But the plan never, I mean, the plan gets challenges, you know? Becky is always busy. I get busy also.
Thank
You
you.
know, it's not like...
I was so ready for you. I was like, okay, keep going.
But tell us, let's talk about what you've been doing. You've been doing quite a lot in the past few weeks. You've got game shows, you got all sorts of stuff. Tell the people, let us know what Becky's up to. Becky's up to a lot of stuff.
Yes, Becky's up to a lot of stuff. Starting off with obviously the classes that I started. When I started them, I wasn't so sure of the response, or how big or how small the response was going to be, and then the response was overwhelming.
Right.
Mainly online. And it's people like in Canada, UK, the States who are signing up for the classes. And then there's that whole time difference thing.
Right. Yes.
And then I'll sleep late. And then I wake up in the morning for the morning classes for the local people.
Yeah.
The ones that will actually come in then for class. And then I was on set. We're filming a show. It's got like a Shark Tank feel. And so I'm on set like from 9 a.m. until like 7 p.m.
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's not all. You also still doing TV, ZRP?
Yes, I'm still doing that. There's a new show that's coming up. It's got to do with I could have died kind of stories.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And what else? Obviously the functions.
See?
The functions never end. Functions never end.
Nash,
I could be coming from set and then getting ready to go to a function.
You know what I'm saying? Becky's like hot property, right? Like,
yeah, Becky is all over the place.
But in a good way.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
You know, she's getting paid and stuff. And occasionally you must bring some of the loot.
Yeah.
To your
Lunch
partners.
on me.
But Becky is very stingy, you know. Becky will come here hungry, you know.
I
She'll come
bought
from
And expect our broke asses
come
to
from a
get her food.
big budget show,
Big corporate gigs.
show, and come here and say I'm hungry.
I'm surrounded by gentlemen. Why should I be? Why should I be suffering?
Yeah.
Hey, nay.
So it's not easy to do a show. It's not as easy as before in Nash to do a show. Nash is busy also. You know, he's got businesses and he's taking care of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
You
also
too.
out
You've
here.
got-
You know, out of town trying to get stuff happening and you know, so we apologize, man. We always want to shoot a show every week, but when we can't, guys, please forgive us.
But I just need to find out, like, are you active on social media like that?
No, not really.
Not really. And you, Nash?
Not really.
Okay, so, again.
Not like you. You do like 5 posts a day.
No, but I know you are very, very active.
Ndokumbura kutengerwa phone yangu yakadona yabhafa.
What, you don't have a phone right now?
I didn't.
Oh, that's why you sent me that number.
That other, yes.
What happened to your phone?
It fell and then it just didn't. It said rest in peace. I'm not doing this.
Also, you want your phone?
It died dead. Yes.
Right, so Becky's fans should get a phone.
What about Drew, man? Because my phone is 20, my iPhone 14.
Yeah. But you'll get some of them.
Yeah. We'll do something. So the point is, when you go into my Instagram, half of the messages that I get, Denny J Show, how far? Episode, guys. Tipe episode. And you meet people in town. Becky K. Episode. And I'm like, wow, episode manager.
Becky is hot property, man. Eye candy for these niggas watching. They're always asking, like, if we were to do an episode without Becky, we'd be in trouble.
But that's where I was getting to also. Why are you not I've done an episode without you. Surely you can.
No, we can, but
Yeah, if it's a guest.
Y'all need restraining.
No, if it's a guest, it's okay.
Mechanisms here, because you can like go off.
Because Nash will never come and sit there with me.
But he can be there where he is, and you where you are, and you talk.
Like Remo's new single.
What?
DJ Remo's got a new single out.
Oh yeah, I know he's got. But what is that? The title of?
Yeah. Shugubuda so sweet.
Like for real?
Yeah.
You got a problem?
So
you got a problem with this? With this title?
Becky, so sweet.
Remo.
Yeah.
And the song sounds so sweet.
He's got 2 new crazy Amapiano singles that are, topping the charts right now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's just the title.
No, Buddha so sweet.
That sounds like MCV type.
No, but Buddha so sweet.
Because
Buddha so sweet.
Msevere.
For a guy, Buddha so sweet.
Is the beat Mseve like?
No, it's Amapiano.
It's Amapiano. Okay.
Amapiano sounds so sweet.
Yes, so sweet.
Okay, and the other one is?
It's called Vule Malume. Hamba Malume.
Hamba Malume.
Vule Malume.
One of them, Malume.
Okay, something
Malume.
Malume something. Okay.
Guys, please make sure you go and listen to them. I think
definitely.
They're on Spotify.
Yeah, it's available everywhere. Everywhere where they sell music.
I'm definitely going to look for it. So while we were away, a lot of things happened.
They did.
Hey guys, life
happened, yeah.
Life happened. A lot of things.
Oh, before I go, before we go any further.
Okay.
I've been in Vic Falls a lot for the past couple of weeks, right?
What's happening in Vic Falls?
I'm working on a little something. So I met up with 2 of my homies there, man. Martin and Tashinga from Shearwater. They support the podcast like crazy, man.
I'm sure.
So special shout out to you, my guys.
I like that.
There's a whole lot of people who could be shouting out, but sometimes I forget.
I too. I'm
like
bad.
Names, stuff. I forget.
There's like a childhood friend of mine called Simba Chopera, right?
Yeah.
He's always watching with his wife. So every time they're watching, they come to say, Anesh, coach, baby. I know. You know what I mean? So they actually asked me to come to the show. Then I said, you know what? Whenever you guys are free, pop in and we can just chill.
But do you think people will come through if we like opened it up? I mean, I know we've been saying it, but
no, I mean, but the biggest problem is a lot of guys will now come to want to see your assets.
See, they're not coming for the podcast.
Yeah.
They're coming for the podcast chick.
You don't know that for sure. Let's try.
Okay. But it doesn't matter why they're coming, so long as they come, innit?
It doesn't matter.
But
they come for Becky.
They
come for the show. And a lot of them will be coming to watch to see who Nash is. Will you be waiting him?
Yeah, definitely.
What you call that thing? There we go. The balaclava thing.
Yeah.
I'll come dressed in that. So since we're doing the whole shout out thing, there's someone in the comment section on our YouTube page who actually said the Denny J show is medicine to my Zimbabwean soul.
Get him.
Nyasha Nyagua. That's Nyasha Nyagua. And then we've got Shaidon Tumba, another great edition of the Denny J show. A show full of memorable and unpredictable moments.
Yeah.
And we all know who brings those unpredictable moments. Dun, dun, dun.
Nash. Well, what about Ngwiros? Ngwiros is also here today, but he comes occasionally. He comes
yes, Ngwiros comes occasionally, but when he does come through, he feeds off Nash's fire, and then the two of them, you're just like, whoa.
No, but Ngwiros is politically correct.
Yeah,
Ngwiros is politically correct.
He's always saying the right stuff. 9 minutes in.
Thank you. I was about to like too soon. Too soon, 9 minutes in. Like wait for like 15 minutes and then you do. Auntie Nash needs his own episode. This is Noel Musa. I don't know. Buddha so sweet.
Buddha so sweet.
And then lastly but not least, Ray Bob says, I was having a bad day, but you guys just lifted my spirits up. Great show. And this was based on the last show that we did. And I'm just saying like 3 weeks ago. That's long, guys. Let's not.
We're not the same people anymore.
We're not the same.
We're not the same people we were 3 weeks ago, Nash.
Yes.
We've grown.
We keep changing. Yeah, we.
9 minutes.
But it's the
in.
same great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, can we now just do what we came here to do?
Saying.
All right. A lot of stuff happened in Zimbabwe, in Africa, and around the world while we were sleeping or while we were away.
But we were watching.
We were watching and listening, and I really was itching to comment on some of the things that were happening, but I didn't want to comment in my own capacity as Becky K. I wanted to comment as Becky K on the Denny J show. So I was like, that recording day is going to come through. Al Jazeera.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Jivindi, Kanakuti. It's news.
No, but Al Jazeera does those sort of things.
I know they
They've
do.
got like
I
an
know they do.
investigative team.
But like they do that in other countries.
Yeah, they do it. They do it in Iraq. They do it in Syria. They do it in. I think they even do some in Ukraine and that sort of thing. But it's unfortunate we're not going to get. We might not get to see this expose.
Did you want to see it?
Of course.
And then what?
And then so we know what's going on.
Okay.
It always helps if you know what's going on. Maybe
But,
then we'll be able to see where the opportunities are. Like,
Trust me.
why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
Or why aren't we doing that? You know?
Okay.
Because there's
Cool.
money
Now,
being made, obviously, in terms
yeah.
of whatever they were about.
I
to
must say it
explore.
was exciting to see the whole trailer thing going on. I was like,
Or maybe that wasn't so cool because then it stopped the whole thing from coming out.
They should have
that's
just-
why you shouldn't. Thank you.
So you're saying they should have just premiered without.
Yeah,
the-
without advertising it.
Yeah. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
Nobody's gonna know.
So
They're gonna know.
Are we then saying it's not going to come out, or we're becoming more and
I-
more pessimistic about it coming
No,
out?
no, it's definitely not gonna come out.
You sure?
You know, because there's people at the top, not the government, but I think people in these other countries that.
Dubai.
that
Oh, the other
benefit-
countries that are involved in the whole.
Yeah, that benefit from
Okay.
from what is happening. So for it to come out, I doubt. So it's not about our local players talking to Al Jazeera because I want a power like that.
Okay.
But I think it's the people on top there in Dubai
On top
or-
of the food chain.
yeah, on top of the food chain. So definitely not you, but Angel calling Al Jazeera and saying don't. He's not that solid.
So he's not the one who did that.
Oh, I don't think he's capable of even making such a call to Al Jazeera. You know what I mean?
Askumtemba like that.
No, his tax bracket will not allow that.
Because Al Jazeera, I think that's like, and there is a guy who we believe has lots of money.
No, but I mean, you know, the problem with people is, I think people with money are there and they don't want to be seen to have money. The people that are out there saying we have money, they actually don't have money.
They just have little money.
You know, they have little
They have
money.
money,
Yeah,
but
because
it's
the people
not-
with money, they actually try and hide that they have money. So in your, I mean,
They're going to be out there.
and yeah, I mean, so I mean, my point is, I don't think he can make that call. I think it's people, you know, at the top that made the call. Could you not?
So this is like at the chic level.
Yeah, chic. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely making that short.
So anyway, we're going to keep looking out. Maybe it's going to come out. Maybe an edited version of it will come out.
then what's the point?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we get to know stuff we didn't know. Maybe like we were going to get
Because
like
there were
100% new
faces.
information. Now we're going to
Listen,
get 70%.
there were faces, there were names. So if you're going to edit that, you are editing out what the names.
Maybe they won't edit the parts that you saw. Maybe there's other stuff that we're supposed to see,
Okay.
which they're going to just remove. And then when it comes out, it will still be sensational. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll come out.
Hopefully.
Let's give them one more week. If it doesn't come out in a week,
Then
we
forget
know
about
it's not
it.
coming.
Yeah.
Forget it. I mean, I have given up.
Definitely, it's not coming.
Just
I
leave it
have given
alone.
up too. I
Leave
don't
it
think it's
alone.
coming.
Chingosiyana Inash. Speaking of rich, wealthy, Frank Boyega is still in prison.
Can you imagine? Since November. Mbada Irmjeri since
Thank you, with
November.
all that money.
Yeah, but
So
then
there
you
are
know-
some things that money can't answer.
Yeah, but I
Money
mean,
usually
no,
can-
But with money in Joe, you're comfortable. So you
Is he
you-
comfortable?
I mean, there was a story that you got, you know, some guys tried to rough him up a little bit. But you would rather have money in jail than not have money. Because with money in jail, you can buy cigarettes and you can buy everybody and you can be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Like the mafia bosses.
Yeah?
Akaroa,
No, I think before. But, you know, there's always, no matter how much money you have,
They'll try to
something,
toughen
you
you
know
up
what
a
I mean,
little bit,
yeah.
like toss you here and there.
So I think I mean, can we say it's a shame that he's still inside?
Yeah, it's just that we don't have all the circumstances, right? But and also there was an immigration issue as well. So I'm assuming that if he does come out, he will immediately get deported.
Oh, then he's gonna come and get arrested here again.
I think so. I don't know. The way it's not looking too great for him.
Yeah, but I read down and.
So we just look
But
out.
Hey,
We'll just keep looking and try and figure out what's going to happen next. Man. But I'm okay if justice is being delivered, but I don't want someone
What
to be
justice
deprived.
is supposed to be
deprived
delivered?
of. I don't even know what the story is. And
What's the story?
it has to do with the kidnapping case, right? That's where it started.
yeah.
Of the door, or is it a daughter?
son.
It's the son. Yeah, that's where it started, right?
Can a parent kidnap their child?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. If you are in custody of your son and then your husband takes him away from you without your consent type thing and then goes overseas with him. You know. So nowadays, if you need to go out of the country, you usually get consent of both parents, right? If you want to go out with a kid
True,
or whatever. Yeah. So
All right. Speaking of Mbingayaka Sheka, the singer of Mbingayaka Sheka Yaka Sheka.
Yashekwa.
Yasheko. Winky.
you're gonna be in trouble with Winky these people, man.
No, what did I do?
What mbingeka sheka? Na usheka mbingeka shekwa. But you are not shaker.
But Yashekwa.
Yasheko per stage up, or like what was that? I saw the comments and someone was saying they were not aiming for Winky D, they were aiming for the police. Well, you missed.
No, but I think that one was really towards Winky.
No, that one it was like head on. This one is for you, my guy.
All right,
but
okay.
the fans are also, this.
All right, let's start from the top. What happened?
He was
Okay.
on stage performing. I actually had
Damview.
Is this in
Damview
Cheetown?
in Cheetown.
in Cheetown, right? I'm literally looking at the video
Where
right
is
now.
Where is this in Cheetown?
Damview,
Yeah.
What else you got Pachkwana?
Oh, Pachkwana.
Just before Ababa.
Oh.
The dam site.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
you have
yeah.
the dam there. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a spot there.
Oh, Panturama gig.
Nice spot.
All right, so Winky D's show was disrupted last night in Chitungwiza. The artist was hit in the head by a bottle, or what looks like a bottle. Because I was like, if it's a bottle, I'm supposed to. You know, if you hit someone's head with it. Or it's
I'm not sure,
movie
but it
style.
looked to me like it was a PET something. Because otherwise it would have.
What's a PET?
Like this
Plastic bottle.
Or like a plastic bottle? Or you mean
I'm
like
not
a
sure.
pet?
I'm not
Is it
sure.
It's a pet.
PET.
Look at me now thinking like, what the heck is a PET? All right. So this was his first live performance since the launch of his collaborative album project, Eureka. So he decides, okay, I'm done with this album. Let's get it into the streets. Let's do this. Oshikoro anibodoro.
So according to Newsday,
Right.
he was stopped 5 minutes. 5 minutes into starting the show, the police came and stopped him from performing.
5 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I got something from I think that's what happened.
But that's
I'll
not
quote,
even-
I'll quote Newsday because I think I saw something.
Anengaimbaji in 5 minutes. Anengesitongori intro.
Yeah, that's the thing now. So I don't know what the story was, whether the police stopped him because they felt there was a threat. Maybe they went there to save his life. Or maybe, I don't know. We never got to get a comment from the police. But we tried to get a comment from Winky D's manager. And
Is he all right?
he was not willing to commit to a statement and said the statement was to be issued later on Sunday afternoon. No? That's what he says.
But is he saying Winky D is okay? Like,
Yeah, he said
Right.
the gaffer is okay. So I don't know. I don't know how you guys saw that. What you think of that?
no, that wasn't cool. Why are fans doing that?
Is it the fans? Is it the fans?
Why would you
I
go
think,
to
I think
a
it's the police.
concert
It's being reported that the
of
police.
someone that you don't like?
I think it's being reported that the police stopped the gig. So now what I don't know is for that gig to go ahead in the first place, they must have a police clearance. You can't do a gig without a police
No,
clearance.
but how do you see people coming to set up the stage, lights and everything? Motirika tuwasiye baiti tozovamisa when the gaffer goes on stage.
Yeah, so I don't know. Nash, what do you think?
I think.
I mean, details are sketchy at the time of going to print. That's what the newspapers would say.
So, Vajapi, you have refunded or not?
I don't think so.
His mind is at, where's my money?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's going to get their money back.
But let's not be doing that. Go to a concert for someone that you like. Makutema musician.
No, but isn't people are saying that the missiles were for the police?
No, but in that video, it hit Winky D right there. The police anger over Winky D.
No, they were all around, and he was there, and then there were people like if you're at the back of an audience and you throw, you're not sure where he's going to land, you know. But it's very unfortunate because that song. Remember we spoke about this song and we were asking, is this song banned or not? Mm-hmm. Officially, the song is not banned, but it's also not getting airplay. So why the police would want to stop him from performing, I'm not sure, and I can't speculate because. So
it's not a.
We haven't spoken to the police.
It's not a case of they didn't get clearance to.
Could it be maybe they didn't have clearance? Is that likely? But you know, it's possible. Like if you have a night spot, right, and you have a club license, a license to operate your night spot, you don't necessarily have to go and get clearance from the police, right?
But
because you have functions every weekend. Is that right? You have functions every weekend, right? Like you have a night spot or an outdoor spot. Do you get police clearance every time you have an artist come to perform?
But I think you might have to get a clearance if you know they're going to be maybe like X amount of people.
Okay, like you knew you were expecting big numbers. Okay, so do we point fingers at anyone at this stage? It's too early.
Yeah.
What if we're told that the police came and stopped it because there was no police clearance?
Yeah.
Then okay.
Then that makes sense, right?
Then that makes sense. I guess, but okay, it's still.
But you see, Winky's numbers. I think you have to be sensitive. If you're going to bring Winky D or certain other artists, you're probably going to have your spot being full to capacity, right? So in terms of security and the police doing their job, there might be a concern. But I don't know if the concern is enough for you to stop a function where people have paid their hard-earned money. You know, then it becomes a bit of a problem because now you're not being sensitive enough to the people. There's people who paid money. They're probably not going to get that money back. So if it was a question of not having a police clearance and this show was being advertised, the police could have engaged these people early on, right?
I still stand on the fact, Jaguti, you cannot watch people put up a whole stage, barricades.
No, but they can't see it.
It's in their area.
Yeah, but you know how it works. But it's just that this show was advertised. So I'm sure the police knew about it. And it's unfortunate we can't go further than this because this is a developing story, right? Story. But it doesn't look good on the police if they stopped it because the narrative that's being thrown around is he was stopped because of his album and how it seems to attack the establishment.
Yeah,
this is the narrative on social media. Whether that's correct or not,
we don't know.
We don't know. So we might have to revisit this after we get a statement from the police. Banda was evasive about, trying to really tell us what happened.
He also can't really say. I don't think he wants to say much already. Yeah. I'm sure he knows. But he won't say.
But the way it looks like, what I think, because Winky D doesn't speak much, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets all these accusations and he never comes out and he just lets it just slide, right? But when it comes to a situation like this one, I think it might be a good idea for him to get a platform where he actually speaks, because I see a pattern developing. The next time he wants to do another show, something similar or even worse than this can happen, you understand? So it might be a few people who came there, rowdy people, to disrupt him because they feel a certain way about his music.
Right.
And then, so with the way it started now, he has to nip it in the bud, right? Like he has to come out.
Will he talk?
And say something and explain, just so that people understand his side. Because I've got a feeling he's going to have lots of disruptions going forward and it's going to affect his bag. Am I right, Nash?
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to affect his money,
Because if you can't perform Mawanatanga, I'm sure I need a business or something, but I will support it. like, you know, the gigs.
Because all it has to take is every time he does a show, there's like a rowdy crowd of 10, 20 people. They start throwing things. Shows are cancelled. Shows are stopped, right?
Yeah,
and then it
because
can
why
become a
violence?
pattern.
That
can become a
every
pattern.
time when he sets up
Yes,
to,
and then
to
people
perform,
start getting scared to go to the shows.
and then no one's showing up.
And then it starts affecting his back. So it's important sometimes to come out and say something. You understand? Especially when people are trying to mess around with your bag.
Yeah, don't play with
That's
my
my
money.
expert opinion. That's what I think.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on, we've got some drama that happened at a party. I don't know what party this was, but somebody went rogue and damaged some vehicles, and then he was arrested and then let go. I don't know where he is right now, Mr. Robert Jr.
Tell us about that, Nash.
But I think I think this happens all the time. I just think with
To him?
No, not to him. Like
Oh.
this happens all the time. It just so happened that he did it, but it's not like it's a big thing. I think.
Smashing cars.
No, but like people smash cars all the time.
Yeah,
Nash, I don't know if he's your boy or what.
because
But
that's
we don't go to parties,
It
like
just-
private parties, and then just smash 3 cars or 2 cars or whatever it is.
No, but why did he smash the car? What was going on?
regardless of the
know what I mean?
situation. Why are you smashing cars?
Yeah. Oh,
Punch your wall or something.
do we need to get him on the show? Do we need Tino on the show? So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can,
I think
he
I
can
think
tell
we
us
should get him on
what's
the
going
show. I think we definitely need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
We've tried though.
Yeah. Remember he was supposed to come.
Yeah, he was supposed to come. Then
and then something happened, and then
happened.
he ended up somewhere else, and then so we couldn't then interview him. But I think that interview might have also got him into trouble at home
I'm sure, yeah.
because there was a lot of stuff that was exposed that we didn't know about the late president, right?
Yeah.
So it might be a bit of a task to get him to come, but he's our boy, right? So
Yeah,
we should be able to have him commit to discussing certain things and not necessarily everything.
Yeah.
If
But
that's
where
the
is he
best we
now?
can do.
I'm sure he's around.
There was a problem. People had a problem with the way the issue was handled because he was arrested and then he was taken to court.
Yeah.
But if it was you and me who had been taken to court for such a crime, we would have definitely been remanded in custody.
So, but
no
was
question.
it not that his lawyer was good? Your nephew?
Yeah, okay. The lawyer was good. All right. Okay.
Oh, you had to just put it in there. Like, remember, the lawyer is your nephew.
The lawyer is good. But what I'm saying is the way it was, like when you get arrested for a crime
For
like that,
vandalizing property, you are
chances
definitely
are you're
going
not
to
going
get
to go
arrested.
home.
Yes, you
and
won't.
if any negotiations are going to happen, they're going to happen while you're behind bars. That's how it usually happens. But when they went to court, the matter didn't even get into court. It ended up at the prosecutor's offices. Because when you have a case, the prosecutors see your case and assess it, whether it goes into court or not. But obviously, he was given preferential treatment because they looked at the case and they said, no, guys, and they're not Tara. But that's not the duty of the courts. Because if I report you for a crime, I expect you to get arrested. And then if
I
you're going
expect justice, yeah.
if you're going to suck up to me, you're going to come and suck up to me until I withdraw the report or whatever. But
Yeah.
this way, it happened in a fast-tracked way, a preferential way.
So it was case closed, like immediately.
No, it wasn't. It was like go back to the
And
police.
sort each other.
So it was handed back to the police for management. So I think they ended up resolving, and then
I mean, I think because they know
probably
that
repaired.
he's
the
good
stuff.
for it. He's good for it. He'll just get it fixed.
All right. So how do you then handle issues of fraud?
Or fraud. Well, it depends. Are you Robert Jr. Mugabe Jr.?
No, I'm just someone who's known.
No, you have to go to jail.
And I made some bad decisions.
No, you have to go to jail. Your surname is not that powerful.
Awusikubuda. Awutowapinda.
Surname yako yakashika.
Yakashika.
Yakasheka.
You know?
All right. So are you saying my TT is in trouble?
It's like this, like I don't even follow these like Harare weird stories. My titi, this one, then Tatelicious, this, then that one. Like, what
It's
are
a
they?
lot to take in.
I mean, what do they do here? The husband, when she was married, the husband then left marriage. Like,
It's a sad story. It's okay. I'm not trying to bring it from a woman's point of view, but I'm just like, if you follow through her story, I think she just has. I don't know if you call it that, but okay, a run of bad luck. Like her intentions are good, but it always turns out.
So, I mean, how does she generate money? How does she make money? Because does she make money with this stuff that she posts all the time?
I think she makes some money from social media.
Of course she does. She makes money. I mean, Facebook pays her. I don't know if Instagram pays her, but I know Facebook pays her. I know she's got like small little businesses also that she does. Like she's into a lot of entrepreneurial stuff.
Okay.
Right? But then she was also assisting other women.
Okay, that's
to
good
make
then.
money.
Oh, that's good then.
Right. So like my money pools.
All right.
And then things went wrong
Oh, right.
with the money pool. So it say if I'm in charge of this money pool, ndobirwa mari. Ndajutwa.
Money pool ndom around.
Around.
They don't go down around.
Why you being technical and shit? Like, what the?
Well, I was like, I'm talking to someone who went to St. John's and well-traveled Nash. Nikati money pool munonzwa. Around. It's stock fair.
Around.
Okay, saka around zokamera say.
Saka pana akavaro ndiana.
Ndimaititi.
Akavaro around. Yakusvika kwavo.
Not kuti yakusvika kwavo. It's because it came to her in rotation to give back now to the others. It's like, whoa, listen, this is what's happening.
Also,
so I was supposed to get the money back. She was supposed to get the money back, and she did not get the money back. But is that her fault?
No, what do you mean get it back from who?
No, big around.
Big
Aiwa, mandipa mari. And it mandikandira mari.
Overwatch guy mari. You are allowed to get mari. Because mari ndiyangu.
Mari ndiyangu. But
then?
there's a place where it said this money is coming from.
Aiwa, mira kan Becky. Sadaro kan.
Mari around andinayo.
Becky, come on now.
Becky.
Mari around andinayo, guys. And I wanted to, but then this unfortunate thing happened.
Becky sadaro. Becky sadaro.
Saka wana wakavarwa mahafu.
Nakavaro.
Wakavarwa mahafu per round.
But she's paying back.
How?
People are assisting.
I don't think the people who are owed money, that's not what they're saying.
All she's getting to them is she can't pay everyone at once. I think she's trying to pay like the bigger chunks first.
It's a good one. What's around? So it means around rakatanga pari.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like
No. You could be in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, it's either at the beginning or in the middle.
When it comes to your 10, then you take the loot. Is that how it happened?
No, that's not how it happened. Avana kutiza nemari one.
I want to tease that because you have to run away. You just don't have to give people back their money. Don't tease the money. You get it? You got a soft spot now. Yeah, I think a soft spot.
Anyway, with this new one, let me read it out to you. Popular comedian Felicitas Murata appeared at the Harare Magistrates Court yesterday facing fraud and theft of trust property charges after she borrowed US $10,000 from a local businesswoman and surrendered a hired vehicle as collateral security. Now, how do you defend this person? What happened here? She thought the car was hers, but she forgot that she forgot that she had leased out, rented a car, and then she ended up giving the wrong car for security. What do you have? What's the story? I'm sure you have a story, a nice one. How?
No comments.
So basically,
and she went on, after a while, she went and then she retrieved the car and said, no, that car is not mine. Let me give you another one. And then she took that car and then gave these guys a Q5.
Which is hers.
Another hire.
Clearly not, because she then came to retrieve it again and then gave this person an invalid passport. Now, this person, this loan shark, should not be loan sharking. This person is really not good at loan sharking. Come on now. How are you going to get someone give you a car and you don't even check if the car is theirs? First of all,
but you don't go to trust Denny, if you were to bring a car to me and say, Bex, 10 grand, ZRP or bata motor.
If you do that, even with me, you're crazy. You know, because we've seen this happen so many times. You know, people will do this, will rent a car, and then they'll go sell it. We've got these situations. So if somebody wants to give you a car, and you're a loan shark, the first thing you check is that the car is the person's. And if you're a very good loan shark, you actually draft an agreement of sale.
Like, let's sign something.
Yes, like that you sold me this car. Although we agreed that you didn't, I will give you back. So that when it gets to this, I'm covered. Right?
Okay, so
that's lesson number one if you're going to be a loan shark.
Is this loan shark the same person with the cars?
With which cars?
Okay, so she took cars from.
Because you want 10 grand from me or whatever.
So she took a car from
A rental.
From a rental.
Yeah.
Takes that car to the loan shark.
Yeah.
Loan shark did not do due diligence to find out. Okay,
Yep.
can you say the statement?
She's
for me?
intelligent
That's what?
though. She's.
Say it. It's what?
Jet.
That situation is.
So can we call her a criminal?
Yeah, it's
It's fucked up.
Thank you.
Can we call her a criminal mastermind?
No, she is there. She's there.
She's doing all right, huh?
Yeah,
in
no,
that sector.
actually, you know what? She's actually good though. She's very good.
Yeah.
Because we're Vara and round. So maybe the money from the around you, that's what she's trying to cover.
People unpaid.
Then you're Zodzoka, you're
But abana badaro. 10 gida abana badaro. What was it?
Eish, Becky, savari kuti chiyo pari kuvafonera.
Wow. I haven't spoken to her about that. We do talk though, but I don't get into.
All right.
her
Okay. We need her on the show.
Yeah.
Becky.
I guess so.
We need her on the show.
I guess so.
Okay.
My
So
titi ndruka kuzotaura unemi musaramba kuuya.
yeah. So next week you want to bring her? The week after? Oh, take
yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Take it up.
Okay. Thank you. I was about to be like, calculating. When am I going to bring her? When am I going to bring her? Another interesting issue, the banking system. Yakasheka. I think it's just shaking things.
Yeah, it's
you
just,
know? Yeah, it's sheka now. The banking system. Yakasheka Bank ABC CEO Lance Mambondiani asked to step
And
down.
we were trying to.
And we were trying to get a hold of him. I'm sure Nyayachuna was, happening as we were trying to get to him. So that explains why.
Saka, what are the allegations? Can you tell us what the allegations
No,
are?
I don't have those details. Why would they ask Lance?
But you know, Lance is such
of
a cool
all
guy,
people to step down?
No, but
I saw the headlines.
no, but the
and I
story
was
was
like,
Atlas Mara is what coming from what? So all the CEOs had to.
No, that's not the story.
So that's what they're telling
The
us.
story is.
Let's check it out.
But I did send it to you guys. There's abuse of office type stuff. There's things to do with abuse of company facilities in resort towns, and there's all sorts of stuff. Becky K, you should have had this information for us.
I should have, but I was on set.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that's your excuse. All right. Okay, we'll take it. So it's unfortunate he won't be coming to the show. I don't think he'll be coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
He was a trailblazer in the banking field.
Yeah.
He was instrumental in starting, was that Stewart Bank?
Yeah, well, I hope
And then-
whatever
and
the
then-
story is,
And
it
then
gets
he
cleared.
was also given the gig at Bank ABC because of his out-of-the-box thinking and ideas.
But we actually
So
need like
it will be a very
CEOs like
sad-
that though.
It'll be a sad, it'll be a sad story if he has to go down because of this. Whatever. What did you say, Nash?
No, we need more young CEOs like Lance.
Yeah.
We're not zvimadhara zvaizvo asingatomboziva kana kuti Twitter chii. Like we're not innovative.
No,
This is
he
not-
was
it's
he
slowing
was
us down.
definitely Generation Z.
Yeah.
He was all up for it. But Nyayachuna yakatanga like early February, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like, there were talks, like it was there, it was being
In the
mentioned
streets.
in the streets. Yes, people were talking. Like how people know Nyaya and then they just whispering a little bit here and there, and then just to get the outcome that they've asked him to step down, it's like ooh, it was hectic stuff.
Yeah.
It was. Bakatombo dismiss some allegations actually, and then I think they were a little bit strong, and then they said I hadn't done.
Yeah, but it's some serious allegations, I believe, from what I read. I can't find it now. I thought Becky would have picked out the important stuff, but there's abuse of office.
All right.
There's
So they
abuse
say
of facilities.
banker Lance Mambondiani is stepping down as managing director of Bank ABC, having been head of the Zimbabwe unit of the original financial services institution since July 2019. Sources dismissed speculations claiming the banker, known for his keen interest financial service innovation, was leaving due to fallout with the bank's board. So this source said, ask Uva because there was a fallout with the bank's board.
Yeah, but then I gave you the updated version. There was an update that I posted that I saw. I think it was on TechZim, and then there was clarification of what
the actual issue was.
Yeah. So, but I think they did use the word allege. So, but the allegation is that there was abuse of office, abuse of his position in awarding contracts.
Okay, so what if it is true? What are we saying then about lands?
Because, the business of banking has to do with trust. So once you are proven in a court of law to have violated that,
right,
then it's pretty much the end of your career in terms of banking from what I know. But of course, these are still allegations. They might be proven to be true or not true. So we don't know. But if they are true, it's a big dent on a very successful banking career.
Right. So TechZim says it's highly unlikely that he will be returning to Bank ABC after that leave. So it was a forced leave. They said Mdara and I could leave.
Yeah, my one.
Right. So the allegations are on alleged malpractice within the banking sector. Those are serious allegations of fraudulent practices. They didn't see that coming. However, let us remember, we do not know for certain that he engaged in any fraud.
Yeah.
This is all according to sources inside the bank, and until it's been proven in the court of law, it's just speculation.
Yeah. So the allegations that are being leveled, but again, it hasn't been proven. So we wait to see how this plays out. But if indeed we had spoken to him and he's keen to come and talk about it on the show, that would be great.
Yeah. So did they ask him to go on a forced leave because everybody was talking? So they're like, because people are talking Chimboga, or did they believe that he was involved?
I think there has to be a certain amount of evidence or accusations enough for the board to, because that's like a drastic thing. To be forced on leave is not like a petty thing, right? It means there are circumstances that warrant the board to say, please go home while we investigate type thing.
All right, so this is the list of malpractices he's being accused of. It's a long list though. Violating the bank's policies and procedures related to the procurement of service providers who were engaged without following proper procedures for his interests. So based on personal interest. Okay. The next one is abuse of the bank's holiday homes and lodges at resort centers in Kariba and in Nyanga. Abuse of banking facilities. Abuse of the bank's assets, including vehicles. Governance breaches and management delinquency.
I think those are all the bad things that you can do.
But yeah.
So, Nash, how's this looking, bro?
Parepa. He's still a nice guy, though.
Yeah, yes. He's an amazing guy. We still want him on the show.
Yeah.
So we can talk about this and other things.
But
he has a lot of, yeah?
I'm just looking at the list again. Abuse of the bank's assets, including vehicles. Don't they? Jara oi driver. Okay, there we go. All right.
Possible, I'm just saying. I'm saying if I was him and I was seen to be violating it, probably not because you don't have a car. It's probably giving homies or relatives or I don't know. Yeah. But we can only speculate at this point. But if you bring him to the show, he'll tell us. So
I don't know if he's.
We also come. Need. I doubt he's going to come, but
yeah.
We still like him to come.
Yeah, all right. And then we just cross the border over there, Limpopo side.
Yeah.
AKA's day.
Just like that.
Just like that.
You can't just say AK is dead. You gotta
I said AKA is
like
dead.
or death.
Eh.
I just thought you said AK is dead. You can't just say
No,
AK
that's
is dead.
cold.
You
I
know?
said AKA is death. No, this reminds me of what was that interview? Who Kevin Hart was interviewing who?
Oh, I know the guy.
And then he's like, I'm like 60 years old. Like, damn.
Oh yeah, that dude, what old wonder guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said AKA is death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big blow to African hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, because AKA, in my view, was a better rapper than the guy that you guys like.
Casper.
Yeah.
Sadaro.
No.
No, let me tell you, I personally like Casper. So I'm not light skinned guy, so I'm like with Casper Nyovest.
All right.
Right.
Right? But AKA, he's got hits. He's got hits for days.
Yeah.
So I'm very loyal to Casper, but AKA has hits on hits on hits on hits.
But when I look at the two, right, like I've got no problem with Casper. Casper is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Casper does what almost every other rapper does, just rhyming over a beat, right? Nothing special. I think when you look at rappers in South Africa, I think the best rapper that is in South Africa is actually Nice DC.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Crossover, right? But when I look at the two, Casper and AKA, I think AKA was a more talented musician in terms of the art, because when you look at some of the songs that AKA did, some of them were borderline sort of like Niger. You would like play around with all sorts of beats, and also when you look at songs like Jika and Fela in Versace, there's a crossover. It's not just regular hip hop. You get what I'm saying? It transcends just hip hop. It goes into other genres, and he played around a lot in terms of his sound. Like some of these most popular tracks have 80s instrumentals. You would play around. I think in terms of the art, he was more committed to the art, and he was willing to try things. As for Casper is just a rapper, and I think he gets more support because of the fact that he is a local and he actually speaks Venek a lot. And then there's a thing about black and colored and what have you. So there was that thing that was weighing against AKA, because some people were just saying, he's not part of us, he's colored or whatever. Mm-hmm. But in terms of being talented, I think AKA was more talented. And I think, because with an AKA song, you don't know what to expect. Even the last one, the one he did with Nasty C and come on now. You can tell the flavor, and those are party bangers, right?
Yeah, it's jam.
Yeah, it's not about the story or whatever. And he used to sing, if you noticed. AKA would actually sing his choruses.
Oh, yeah.
Like sing, not rap.
Like sing.
Yes, like a Drake type thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
so I was very shocked and touched by that death. And it's unfortunate we weren't on air that time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the feeling, you would have seen how it really affected me, because I really liked AK. And
were you gonna cry?
The way he went, nobody wants to go that way.
Ish.
It's not a nice way to go.
That was awful.
It's not a nice way to go. But I'll put it to you, like if you were gonna get killed, right? Would you rather somebody shot you and then you survived and then you died at the hospital, or
you probably the way you went like that, it was quick, painless.
That's how when I try and comfort myself, maybe that's what I look at it to say, like,
let me just go one.
But it's like you're here and then suddenly you're gone. You don't know what happened, because wherever he is, he doesn't know what happened. It's one of those things where if someone is chasing you and they're trying to shoot you and then you run away, you can kind of figure out, I'm trying to save my life here, but he didn't even get a chance.
No, it was sad. It was really sad.
He didn't.
And this is what I look at, like, crimes like this don't happen here. Somebody doesn't walk to you and then shoot you in the head, because here I think our law enforcement agencies are very strict when it comes to guns. Homicide, what parties go futi panapa, mawan.
Yeah.
But in South Africa, every other person has a gun, and I think if you wanted to get a gun is just
easy.
accessible.
It's accessible.
And the confidence of just walking to someone, they weren't even wearing a mask or anything.
No, and they just rolled up. I think it's the whole idea of
blatant.
hiding in plain sight. Like, we'll just mix and mingle, like we're part of the crowd. And then, and like that whole moment of
we've seen
pulling it out.
And there's so many conspiracies.
Yeah, but we also need to speak about, Durban. What's he doing in Durban? I mean, we're hearing so many stories
Gig.
that.
I mean, he does gigs,
No,
right?
but if you have been warned on several occasions, don't come to Durban.
But has he officially? I mean, it's just hearsay, man. People are just saying.
No, but I mean, this is a fact. You got so many.
Are we saying it was reckless in going to Durban?
I mean, it's like, you know what?
He was warned so many times, do not go to Durban. It's too soon.
This goes way back to 97 with Christopher Wallace, right? Yeah. Don't come to LA. Don't come to LA, right?
Yeah.
What does Fat Boy do? Go to LA. What happened? He didn't leave LA, right? Same thing. Don't come to Durban. Don't come to Durban.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to take these threats very serious.
And with that intelligence, like if you had been told don't come, the least you could do if you wanted to come, if you thought your G, is to have enough security. Yeah. At least, not to just be on the street
your
like just a regular cat.
Just chilling.
AK was not a regular cat. And also with regards to what happened in Durban with the ex girlfriend.
So do you think the family called the hit?
I mean, who else would call it?
I wouldn't want to speculate on it, but this is what the people on the socials are strongly suggesting.
It fits. The shoe fits.
Because the big man is a big man in Durban, right?
Yeah, serious guy.
So could he be the one who would have called the shots?
But do you know what would be so tricky one day when the truth comes out? You find out that it wasn't even him. It was probably his wife or someone else in the family.
Or somebody did wrong over some deal.
Yeah.
Or other.
And Nash wants to impress Mbada. Yeah. Mbada, I didn't like what that boy did this to your daughter, but see what I end up doing. You know what I mean?
It's very unfortunate for the body of the late girlfriend, because now he has to fight and say I didn't do it, and maybe he didn't do it.
No, but when the death of AKA was then announced, someone from the family actually sent out a Twitter. But then with technology, could have been anyone with that name, and they were like, I won't even feel sorry for AKA.
Yeah, but that's probably like a fake tweet, though. I don't think they'll be that insensitive to do that.
Yeah. So with the speculations, there was also Don Design and Tibbs that were included as suspects. Kuti, they were part and parcel.
But Tibbs is dead. How can he be part of that?
No, Kuti,
it could have been a deal gone wrong.
It could have been a deal gone wrong.
No, but you see, with that, I watched that clip several times.
Yeah.
While you're doing your forensics.
No, yeah, because you see, Don Design, right? You can see in the afternoon, he's always yawning, bruh. He's constantly yawning, right?
On that day, on that particular
day. So there's
day.
a particular video in the afternoon, he's yawning. Maneru, yawning. I'm sure the guy is tired, right? So now they're saying that was him signaling the people, it's time. I don't think, it's not, it's like AKA and Nash, not Remo and Nash. Why am I getting Remo killed, bro? You know what I mean? I think it's got to do something with that family and definitely not with his friends. Because even his mom said, no, guys, these people. You know what I mean? You can't be saying Don Design was part of it and then he was yawning, and then the other friend was hugging him. Why is he hugging him for that long?
Yeah.
Bruh. The friend actually would be stupid to be hugging him because you see how close that guy was. You know what I mean? So it's tricky.
What of the story that first broke out that he was shot 6 times and then the police on the scene come and they say he was shot 6 times and we discover no, it was only once, it wasn't 6 times.
I think
wasn't that like a pre-planned?
I think it was a pre-planned. I think then it just goes to show if police are involved, that maybe there are other people also involved with with power. Because why would the policeman say 6 shots? We all watched that video again and be like, 6 shots are
6 shots and a drive-by.
Drive-by, so it's really sad,
And then what's your take on a grieving process? Because people grieve differently, right?
Well, I mean, I've lost a parent. So it's just losing anyone. You know what I mean? It's a very, very sad thing.
Yeah.
I was watching the video. I just kept watching Cairo, his daughter, crying.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying, good, I am a one eye, right? But the one that messed me up a little bit was Zinhle, right? I understand that's your baby daddy. But waruru kanunga face unimdonai. Akazi kakuzozajura like kakuchema kajo. Because I mean, you can imagine. You know, man, if I'm married to her and she's crying over
An ex. But they share a child.
No, but
She's crying on behalf.
yeah, waona. Kakuchema kacheba kabuka. Uzavwa chema.
Yeah, the bond, the child.
No, but you know, in Guidos, you can't be crying over. I mean, you're married now. Yeah? Just keep it inside. Be strong. You know, like cry
Or
once,
cry in
twice.
private.
Yeah, cry in private.
Don't post it.
You cannot be posting every day.
Yeah.
The guy.
I mean, being touched because you had a bond or whatever, I get that. Yeah, it's just a posting. Like if I'm posting every day and she's posting every day about this dude or whatever, how does the other dude feel?
Yeah.
The current dude.
Maybe the other dude was like, it's right, go ahead.
But still.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a speculation. It's a maybe. Akanzi, it's
but-
okay.
Saka
Breathe.
unauthi acheme show.
Let it
No, no,
go.
no,
Acheme basi.
No, ndachemere pasipasi.
like low.
Yeah,
And give time for Nadia to cry it out.
Because you know what, I just felt sorry for her husband. Ish. You know what I mean? This
I guess, yeah, I know
is,
that will be
you
painful.
know, yeah, good ish. So you really love this nigga like that, huh?
But he's gone now, so it's not like she's gonna go back to him.
Because if she's crying like this, maybe wakatomboita something. Did him mix him on?
Imagination yakho
Yeah, you know, good ish magchemeraya.
No, but people grieve differently, guys. Yeah, and I say, okay, but yeah.
Uchemera pasipasi.
Chema zinotariro.
Zvinotariro kanozvo kuti post there, you're married, bro. You know what I mean? You've got a kid with this new guy. Now you're but then again, what do we know, you know?
And Nadia?
I mean, she must be in hell though. You know,
But my mom, she has a shirikazi guy.
No, she's not a widow.
no.
She's a shirikoso.
Yeah, shiri scanner. Shiri scanner.
Oh, she is kind of.
Shiri scanner.
Yeah, she did. She lost the love of her life. Who would have thought that AKA was going to find his home and his peace with Nadia?
But also, you know, the thing with this AKA thing is, when did that what's the name? His ex-fiance?
Anele.
When did she die? Well, it had been a year. Papa Fragore. Tatarwa
2 years, 2019. It happened.
Okay.
Remember COVID? There was COVID in between, and then
Because I mean,
so wow.
when you lose your fiance, how do you
Was it
think?
2021?
Then,
Not 20. Okay, I thought.
because if your fiance dies in a very tricky way, like what happened, then a year later or 2 years later, bata magaro emunhu pamavideo mshidai. I mean, how do you think the family felt?
I've moved on, can I?
Moved on in 1 year.
Must I cry for all my life?
Nash, they weren't
We
married,
healed
girl,
different.
bro.
No, but
Married.
that's fiance guy. No, listen
I
to
know,
this.
but I'm
The
saying-
situation was tricky because the girl was, the circumstance, like, that's why the parents were now complaining. The guy had scratch marks, right? Scratch marks. There were no fingerprints on the balcony, right? Because when you jump, you have to hold. You can't
have to-
hold.
oh, yeah.
So there are no fingerprints. He's got scratches on his back. So apparently when you fall from like a high building, please Google it. You fall like there's a distance, right? Like 2 meters from the building. But then if you're thrown, it's like 5 meters or something.
Also, you go like this
Yeah,
instead
right.
of like this.
So there was an elevation that she fell at that was a bit tricky. You get it? You could kind of you know what I mean? Like you can't, you know what I mean, Becky?
Yeah.
90 degrees, 45 degrees elevation.
So she was further away from.
further away from like how a normal person would jump.
So why did the prosecution refuse to prosecute?
But then that's the letter now that came out now from the
From the
family
lawyer.
saying, "Good, we have so much evidence. Why are you not prosecuting? This is this. How come he went downstairs after 30 minutes when his wife fell? You know what I mean?
He was cleaning up.
He was cleaning up and all that stuff. So all these things are coming up now. It's sad. Pagaipa.
Why did they bring it out now?
No. The letter was already out. So now it only makes sense. Motive, but they'd written this letter now. It's like I think all coincidence.
Yeah.
But Paraiba.
And the album, how is the album doing? Mass Country.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
What's the
Mass
story with
Country.
It's
AKA's
got
new
hits, though.
album?
It's got hits.
Yeah.
It actually has hits. You know, it has hits. It has hits. There's a song with him and Nadia, which is a hit. There's a song about him talking about the whole, what's the name?
Anele.
Yeah,
The late.
Anele, yeah.
Okay, Anele, yeah.
So it's got hits, you know, but it's AKA, you know, we wouldn't expect anything.
Okay, now I want to listen to it. I hadn't listened like to it. I listened to AKA's music when there was maybe one or two songs that people were like talking about. Then I would go and look for it.
No, but this one it's got hits.
It's got hits.
Yeah, so we need to go listen to it, right?
And
Mass
then,
Country.
And then there's Nash's best friend. Nota.
You know, like that Nota guy. You know, like the last show.
Is he back again?
No, you know what?
Wasn't he arrested also for like talking too much about this AKA issue?
So what happened was, you know, initially, because he came and he commented on our thing and he said a bunch of lies, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't understand his obsession with Zim. Because before he was always talking about, hey, this Zimbabwe, this Zimbabwe, that. I didn't know that he was married. His ex-wife is Zimbabwean.
Right.
So ex-wife Yaramu Shripa.
Ah.
And thank God, listen to this. Thank God you guys censored what I said. That show, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it would have been a mess.
because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So his ex-wife is Zimbabwean, so that's where his obsession is coming from. But then now, he's apparently AKA's friend. So he's going on about, no, you don't design, he's part of it, this person did this, only to come back to and apologize. So I think Munangoni Dzungu, like, you know, Anika, it's no touch, like.
And he was saying he was also behind the billboard.
Yeah.
He was nowhere behind it, but he said he was behind that billboard that they
Yeah,
did
in
AKA.
William Nico, yeah.
Eish,
So Munanika fake out Dzungu, like.
Ganza.
Yeah, Kauganza.
Kauganza, like-
Everyone wants guns.
Not a guns.
Yeah.
Not
Not
guns.
guns.
Yeah, but he brought a lot of like conversation around AKA's death. Like
Conspiracies.
Yes, it got people talking.
No, but then that's also dangerous, you know what I mean? Because then, you know, you can say, oh, Nash did this. And
Then you discover Nash didn't do it.
And even if you apologize, right, the apology is not going to go as far, you know?
And if the people you're accusing of this are really mafia,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself at risk, innit?
Yeah.
If they're really
Yeah.
as nasty as you try and put out, you could be, you know, in line for a hit yourself.
But
That's
then
real
you also
scary.
say that because of his rants, his family then took him to like a psychic, some hospital.
They did.
Yeah, they forced him.
They're
When
like,
recently-
please go.
No, yeah, recently before, because he was asked, why, if you claim to be AKA's friend, why were you not at the funeral?
Yeah.
Right? Because I was watching on the Hustler's Corner, and he said, no, his sister took him with some people, they took him to some like cuckoo or hospital, then they were evaluating him and all that stuff.
There was a clip also of AKA before his death when he was talking about Nota and he was saying, this guy, he would come to my house and whatever, and get information, and then he would use that information negatively to like badmouth him type thing. So he wasn't cool with AK. AK wasn't cool with him like that.
Yeah, I think they were cool before, you know what I mean? Because Nota is always, you know, he's always name dropping. I mean, I know this person, I did this, I did that, I did
he
that.
right.
But I think there was a fallout
Yeah.
around the time
Yeah.
because he got information, he got close to AK, got some information, and he was just like,
Yeah, I think, you
Dishing
know,
it out.
he's just someone who wants clout. I think I just go fire kwari. Times are tough, but my one.
Another person who also made headlines. Is it? I don't know if I should say person or people that made headlines. The podcast and chill with Black Coffee.
Oh, that was a hit. You know, like I love Mike G, the podcast, right? Those guys are like the Soul, the Mac. Those are fire, right?
True.
They did that Black Coffee thing. And you see, like, they're always taking it to the next level. You know, they're about to get to like 1 million followers, subscription. So, I mean, if you watch the show, if you watch the podcast, the interview, it's like 3 hours. Black Coffee is going in.
That's a whole movie.
Yeah, but then I mean,
no,
that's
two
what-
movies.
2 movies.
No, but
If
if
it's like
you,
a Wakanda something, then maybe.
but 3 hours is nothing. You know, Nori does like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch those in one go?
Yeah, well, one go. I mean, I fast internet at a big screen TV.
How big is the screen? How big are we looking at?
85.
85. Okay, all right.
So it's not bad.
No, it's
You
not
know what I
bad.
mean?
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. You know,
It's not
That's
bad.
pretty okay.
It's all right.
That's decent.
It's pretty
it's
decent.
decent. I mean, because you can't watch that on a 55.
Shit.
You know what I mean? You fuck up your eyes.
Wow.
So what you're saying about
What are you saying about Guido's and his 30-inch? What the?
That's why he wears glasses. This is why he
you
wears
wear
glasses.
glasses?
Now it makes sense.
Sha,
Now
you're,
it
you're
makes
on the same
sense.
side.
Come on.
You are on the same side. Oh my gosh.
That's fucked up though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very good interview. But you know, it's they keep taking it to the next level, which is what we're trying to do here as well. So imagine we do but who can we do in this country? It's besides number one, who we can then stream and we can have show like at Steak and Go and all that.
We can't
Besides
preempt it.
number one.
We can't preempt it because then the person, when we talk to them to do this interview,
I have to
they'll
talk
be like,
like ati
No, besides number one. Because number one.
besides number one, we know who else. But if we
If
preempt,
we preempt, then
No,
he-
but number
he
one. No,
coming.
no. Besides
is
number
fine.
one.
Plus number one, I don't think we can do that because if he comes on, it's because he wants his message to go. So he wouldn't want us to like conceal the message for a bit. Like what these guys did with the Black Coffee interview, they suppressed it for about 2 weeks or so.
But also, you know what?
Because they were trying to make money at the box office.
I don't think we should say number one. We should say the full name, the president of the country. We actually want him on this show.
Yeah, the president of the republic. The president of the republic.
Yeah, we want him on the show. We've been
His Excellency.
the excellency, you know.
President.
And you know, I was saying this, like, we say it like we're joking when we say we want him on the show, right? But if his people actually watch our show,
No, they do.
and if they really do,
They
and they're
do.
serious about getting his message out there, we have a fantastic platform because people trust us.
Yes, they do.
They believe in us. I mean, like, if we were to get him on the show, we're going to ask those questions that they want us to ask,
We
right?
want to ask him the question that
And we would
nobody asks.
fill up.
And his
cinemas.
PR
All
team,
the
I'm
skirt
sure
kinnicors
they
would
wouldn't
just
mind
come on
having
board.
2 million views
Yeah,
on the president's interview.
yeah.
So we might not be able to get into his office and pitch it to him, but we can pitch it to him now.
So Becky, say it on the camera.
Tell the president or these president's people why
It
the
will
Denny
be-
J Show is the perfect platform for the president to come and chill out with us.
I think you just said it.
No, but just say it.
This
Becky.
is to the office of the president. We
Of the Republic.
The Republic.
Commander of
commander,
the Zimbabwe
commander of
Defense
the.
Forces.
You know what? Just do it.
Chancellor of all universities.
Like I'm supposed to say all the whole titles. I will just be like, okay, this is to the office of His Excellency President E.D. Mnangagwa. We, as the Denny J Show, are extending an invite to have the president on this show. This platform is absolutely amazing. It's for the Zimbabwean people, and we would love to hear from you.
And we're not like regular TV people. We're so
We're not
cool.
like regular.
We're so cool. The
TV.
president can
We
come
are
wearing
so
his
cool.
soccer jersey.
Yes. Oh, like did you
I-
see the? Is it? I don't know if you call it a banner or a
that,
poster.
by ZRP?
By with these sleeves
Yeah.
fold. I was like, okay.
Get into work.
He's a hunk.
Yes, he's like looking kind of cool.
You know? So a cool president needs to come to the cool show.
Yes, a cool president needs to come
This-
to the cool show.
It's not rocket science. You know? It's not
It's
rocket
not.
science, right, Becky?
As we wait.
And then after that,
But this
we
is
also
rocket
get
science.
the other people.
Yeah, and then after that, we'll also. I'm sure we
Yeah.
can do it, but also there's one thing that South Africans are really good at. They're good at supporting local content.
Yeah.
They're good. They love their stuff. We are on the road. We're doing
Yeah.
it.
I-
Well
I-
done. Let's do some more.
On my way to Vic Falls, I met up with the permanent secretary of information, Nick Mangwana, and then I spoke to him. I told him this. I didn't manage to do a follow-up on it, but I've told him we need the president on the show.
We're going to
So-
get our word out there.
Yeah.
He's going to come through with short or short.
Now we wait.
Now we wait.
Yep.
Now we wait. Is that all that happened in SA? Before we move on to other business.
I think, that's pretty much it. I mean, besides the whole usual Cyril Ramaphosa, power cuts, potholes, the usual shit. Nothing else is,
Yeah. Same old same.
Yeah.
same old shit.
Same old. Danny, you were talking about some AI chatbot, GPT. Is that it?
Yeah, you guys need to check out ChatGPT. is trending like crazy right now. I think it's I don't know if I say it right, like technical people correct me if I'm wrong, right?
All right.
It's like an artificial intelligence chatbot, right?
Okay.
So a company called OpenAI developed this artificial intelligence, and it's accessible to everyone, right? Like, so you can pretty much go on ChatGPT, ask it anything you like. You could just be depressed and just chat with it, and it will respond like a normal human being, right? But a normal human being with knowledge, because it scouts around the internet and gives you the right answers almost all the time, but not 100%, right? So, like, say you have
So it's like Alexa on steroids.
yeah, like that. Like, you can just ask whatever. Like, I'm depressed, I don't know what to do, and then it will comfort you type thing, like a human being. Or you can say, I want to write a paper on this, and I want it in this format, and then it will write it for you. So university students and people and
They can benefit from
yes, it's like promoting people to cheat, right? Plus, if some people are making money from it, like if you do stock markets or whatever, you can even ask it questions like, which stock do you think
I should buy.
yes, and then it'll give you information which is based on information it will have scattered over the internet. So it's a dawn of a new era, and Microsoft invested in this company in a big way. They're one of the investors. So now they're
but it was the
incorporating
Tesla
they're
guy
incorporating
also,
that artificial intelligence into their search engine, because in terms of search you just know Google, right?
Yeah.
So now Bing is now on steroids. So this could be a game changer in terms of search engines. You understand? Because Bing has won over Google. So like you can ask, like, where can I get the cheapest microphones? And instead of giving you a whole list
It will
of
just
things like
tell
what
you
Google
where,
does,
yeah.
it will tell you the cheapest based on what's on the internet. So it will do all that for you within a matter of seconds. So this is the future. Artificial intelligence is being incorporated into search. So like right now, Bing, because nobody used to, you don't even know Bing, right? Bing is the standard
never
search
used
engine
it.
that comes with Microsoft packages, right?
Okay.
So now this is touted as being the game changer. Like Bing could actually be back, and Google is actually wetting the
Just
pants.
be like, oh my gosh. And why are we not happy about this?
About what?
With this chat GPT? Should we be scared?
Yes, we people are scared because jobs are going to be lost. It's like if you have a case and then you have a case in the courts, you can actually type and say, "This is my case. How do you think it is going to fare?" It's like a person, and it will give you notes and it will give you references. It will do all that stuff that a person you would pay to do. You'd pay somebody to do this stuff. It can actually just do it for you for free. So if you go to OpenAI or if you just Google ChatGPT, this is the future of artificial intelligence, and it's out here. It's right here, right now.
And what's this thing that it can use Nash's voice and sound like Nash?
Oh yeah. That's also artificial intelligence. They're doing deep fakes. Deep fakes where like you can take a video of you saying something and then it can replicate that and then put something that you didn't say, but it looks like you actually said it.
Now imagine that.
You know what I'm saying?
Wrong chats. You know what I mean?
And you can't be like, it's not me.
It's somebody
or you can say it's
somebody used
not.
artificial
Imagine, so
intelligence.
Someone
like
used-
a beta X can do that.
Yes.
Then send stuff to your wife, and then your wife's thinking, "Good, meanwhile, it's this thing."
Or they can, or somebody can generate a video of you undermining the office of the president, and then it gets to the guys, and then this is you say this, but you didn't, because it's artificial intelligence that's being manipulated
Okay, so
to do all this crazy stuff.
you know how Africa always like lags behind with some of these things. How long before it enters Africa?
Is there?
It's
Like,
like
People are using it.
yes, you can go to OpenAI right now, or just search
Hey,
ChatGPT,
guys, I'm done.
and then just ask or whatever you wanna know. I don't know if Bing has rolled it out, but I was on a waiting list of the new Bing, right, which is AI powered. So now I think now maybe it's out there for everyone. So you can basically do like searches which are very narrowed down.
Yeah.
Okay.
To exactly what you want.
I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah.
I am. I'm definitely gonna try it out, and then I'll let you know how that.
Yeah.
How
It's just that I think there's
played
been a
out.
backlog, so now it's like everybody is on there, so it might put you on a waiting list type thing, but it's here now.
Are you gonna use it, Nash?
Oh, definitely. Oh,
Yeah. So people are making money from this thing. If you guys didn't know about it and you happen to know about it and
Now
you
you do.
end up making money, send us some. putting
Yes.
you on.
Yes.
We'll put you on.
Send the check to Danny J.
Yeah.
So King Charles is going to be crowned king in May. So they're doing all these coronation plans and all, and they're looking for artists, like big artists, to come through and perform at the coronation.
Winky D.
And the so-called big artists are saying, hell no,
Why?
I am not performing. So we've got Adele who said no.
Why?
We've got Harry Smith who said no. Like
Why?
the artists are saying, I don't.
I think Adele, because she's with a black guy now. Once you go black,
You never go
never go.
back.
So what is the reason for not wanting to be part of this prestigious ceremony?
I don't know. They're just saying no.
They don't like the guy?
I think I know Mara like.
Oh, and
Spice Girls,
Spice Girls said no.
they said no. And Spice Girls always performs.
and Spice Girls are finished.
Yeah.
No,
like somebody's finished. Somebody's
In
finished.
Zimbabwe, Spice Girls are finished.
I know, but they finished everywhere. I think.
They
What
finished,
is
they finished that.
Spice Girls?
It's a
I
wrap.
think Spice Girls is the worst part because like imagine being, like when you approach someone who is not even your spec.
Yeah.
Over which are rude. Or which are rude. Are you aware?
That will fuck up your whole month.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your confidence is out of the roof. Like,
Yeah. So
Okay, so some of them were saying no because they were like, "What will King Charles do for my for my brand?" Like,
yeah, I mean Charles is
he won't benefit my career.
Charles,
So why am I like Charles? Queen Elizabeth, maybe.
of course because
But
the queen was the queen.
the queen was the queen. Yeah,
But I'm sure this is the end of the dynasty now.
I think it. Yeah, like they need to just shut it down after
it's a
that.
wrap.
isn't
That's a wrap.
But that young guy, the son, the people like that, like the son.
We are the one guy is there. Yeah,
You can bring it back.
Charis,
You can bring it back to life. We just have to enjoy.
Charlie boy.
Charlie.
No.
it? Oh, Blatch, I didn't know. Yeah, so they've refused. I mean, if they need artists, we've got. They can come and get from us.
Yeah, Kiki Barris can go.
Yeah.
Baba Harare.
Baba Harare. I mean, yeah.
We got quite a few.
Yeah, we have quite a few. Shasha.
I don't know why they're cracking their heads. Now they should come this
Yeah, they
side.
should come here and get our artists, amazing artists.
Right, and then speaking of artists, there's things that are happening in plain sight. Some form of devil worship,
Yeah, my Satanist.
satanists, like straight up. It's
didn't watch
scary
that thing. I
things
don't even know.
that are happening. So there was a woman of God, right? She calls herself prophet, not even prophetess. She calls herself prophet Tiffany Montgomery. She was recorded in her church during a sermon, rebuking her church and the body of Christ. Auntie, how dare you call yourself a Christian and you go and attend a Beyonce concert?
Hater.
Sure, I'm actually going to the Beyonce concert.
She's a hater.
No, but she's saying, this is what she's backing up her statement with.
Yeah.
Kuti zvese zvavari kuita. That's all satanic stuff going on.
Which part?
Everything.
Gambo Miro.
Ongambomira.
Gambo Miro.
Ananya.
I'm a little hater wa Queen.
And that's the thing that she was talking about. So they were saying with the whole Illuminati thing, those things are not fake. That's actually a real thing. Yeah. And you going to these concerts, it's like you are giving yourself up and saying, "Oh, hell, Queen, take us. We are your people." Sam Smith's performance at the Grammys was a depiction of hell. He was dressed like a little devilish character.
Same like that guy, Lil Nas X, right? Did something devilish also.
Those guys are definitely not going to heaven.
Okay.
They are definitely not going to heaven.
Mm-hmm. They're going?
They are definitely
not going.
Yeah, Little Nas is not going to heaven. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Sam Smith. And it just so happened that they're always gay.
Yeah.
Something we did or something.
I don't know what it is, but it's just like it's happening in front of us. It's happening in front of us.
Do we mind gay people? Like, we are cool with gay people, right?
Yeah, so long as we don't
Like
see them doing their thing, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, like don't put it in our faces.
Yeah.
Like just do your thing, you go.
Don't sell your narrative to our kids. Don't.
Yeah.
If that's what you're about, then that's you. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Don't try and sell it to the youngsters, to my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
do your thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then we had the Commonwealth Games. They pulled in a bull with the ring, like the Taurus.
Oh yeah, we're watching that in my house.
Yeah.
What happened?
So at the Commonwealth Games,
Yeah.
obviously there's like this whole big opening that they're supposed to do. So the little act that they demonstrated had women pulling in a bull on chains, and it had like the ring, like the nose ring, the hook, and they later on bowed down to this. To the bull.
It's like some really satanic shit, bro.
And then the train was where? Switzerland.
Yeah. So
Switzerland. They were launching a new railway line, and it started off really cool with, you know, these workers climbing up and down the screen, but then a portal kind of like opens and then the beast comes out.
So you know what they're trying to do, right? So which is crazy. Like, I think we're living in the end times, but I mean in Mawanatanga. These people are trying to drill the biggest hole on earth. Varikuti pass up, pani something. Ndopana mdaro wawe baba.
So this is happening right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right.
Where, in what country?
Switzerland.
It's crazy, right?
So they're trying to discover this thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. I need to Google that shit. I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah, so it's just like there's a lot of things that are going on, and people are just moving on with their lives, and then there's all these things that are happening.
Okay.
It's the end times.
So how far have they gone with this whole?
No, like, you know what? I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Okay, I guess that's a lot to take in. I think we can call it a wrap.
Yeah.
The sex tape.
Which one?
Which extent?
Oh yeah. I didn't open that. There's a guy. Isn't there? There's somebody who got their stuff leaked here locally.
Oh, there's that girl.
Becky, tell me about that girl.
No?
Ruva. What's her name?
Ruva.
Who knows? Who knows
No,
what
so
happened?
no, what the story was, so this girl, this wife texted this girl and said, go easy with my husband.
The wife texted the girl.
The girlfriend, yeah. No, so what, you wouldn't do that, Bix?
Huh?
For what?
Okay, no, are you saying you wouldn't text the other girl?
No.
Are you sure?
100%.
No, but then,
No.
no, because you go on your husband's phone, I'm sure,
Right.
and you see all these nudes,
Okay.
right? And
then you tell her to stop messing around with your guy,
husband, right?
What?
right?
Doesn't
And then
make-
she keeps doing
she
it,
keeps.
and then you leak.
Nudes. And the nudes are not like the best of nudes as well. You know, like some of the things I wish I can unsee them, you know?
Yeah. So would you do that?
I wouldn't go through my husband's phone, number one.
Why?
Phone.
Because you don't.
No.
No, so you're saying, so you don't go through your husband's phone?
No, I don't.
Why? Because you're scared.
No, I'm not scared. It's just something I don't want to repeat. From a previous marriage. Not kuchka. Element yekudila nezvinhu. Anditye. But it's an element yekudila nezvinhu. I went through my ex-husband's phone, and
Ashinakupera mushe.
This is why we are here. Okay.
yes, ashinakupera mushe. Or let me just say zvakazopera mushe, because you know
Shakazobuda so sweet.
Zvakazobuda so sweet. But in that moment, it was not nice. I regretted going through that phone.
So you advise all women never to go through.
I mean, sure, it depends on who you are. If you're the type that you want to deal with the matter, go through the phone, baby girl, do your thing. But if you know what you can't do it, I was
Yeah.
So
Siyanana.
So what this wife did, leaking nudes. Like, what do they call it? They call it revenge porn. What is that?
Yeah, revenge
Yeah.
porn. Can't
So-
you get arrested for that?
You should be able to. So there's a similar thing that happened in God knows where. Let me read it to you. Stephen Bear, I don't know if you know him, jailed for sharing sex video on OnlyFans. So this guy was with his chick, unbeknown to the chick, the CCTV cameras. So he recorded them doing the act, and then that video ended up on OnlyFans, right? The sex tape. So now then the chick sued him, and now I think he's going for 21 months in prison
I
That's
think
quite
the
bad.
chick sued him because
for
he did
extensive
share the
humiliation
money.
and embarrassment.
He didn't angaristinji nemali yakagenerate.
Yeah. It might not
Do
even be
people make
him.
a lot of money on OnlyFans like that?
Yeah, like millions.
Yeah.
I don't get ideas, guy.
Well, like what?
She paused for a minute, right? Oh. She paused for a minute, like, how much are we talking about here?
How much are we talking about right now?
How much are we looking at? Becky, you want to know the numbers? Do you want the numbers?
Becky, you want the numbers? I'll give you the numbers.
It's just for information's sake. Not that I'm going to do anything about it. Like me,
Yeah,
no.
so that's what happened to this guy. So I'm thinking maybe for this lady, for doing what she did, for causing this chick embarrassment and what have you, this chick must sue.
But did you watch did you see the pics?
Yeah, I saw one or two.
Mafudi ranga kazorwa pai.
Oh God.
Becky, what was that? You know
I
the
did-
anatomy of the woman. What
I did
was
not
that?
Was that
see
Vaseline?
it.
What
What
was that?
happened?
What?
No, please don't show me. Ooh, my eyes.
No.
Ooh,
No,
I
we
can't.
want your expert opinion.
Yeah, we want, yeah.
You want my expert opinion?
Yeah, about what we saw.
Kuti aya mafudi ranga kazorwa kana what is, like some of the stuff though, like, was she...
Will I be able to unsee it? Because you were struggling just now.
No, so this is the thing, right? Just zoom in there.
So tell, what is that?
Mafudi raya.
That's a little bit.
Vaseline.
Help us out. You know, we
I feel like I must give like a tutorial.
So
how to
is it like a
send nudes.
is it like a cleanliness issue? For tutorials on nudes and so on, get in touch with the producer and we'll put you on to Becky K and you can get some assistance to bring out some of the best nudes that you possibly can.
Can we talk about something else?
So you're worried, you were traumatized by what you saw there. But
So
the chick looks like a nice chick. I think
No,
the
she looks
pictures
like
that
a
I saw
nice chick
were-
when she's standing, abana like something.
Oh,
Abana
akasheka.
something. But kana akagara like shukuna so
What a sweet.
zviri kubuda zviri
Semi-sweet.
Just sweet.
Semi-sweet.
Yeah.
Even mafudi right Vaseline ere.
Vaseline Nash.
Sangazora kuti why? Because it was looking ashy.
Yeah, it needs to look all glossy and stuff.
Spoken like a pro.
Hey.
I like that.
But I got ones on my foot.
Oh, what's mafuta?
I can't believe you did that. I need to
want
unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with this lady who did that was so wrong. Deal with your person. The lady will never give you answers, and they will always continue because they are spiteful.
Right.
Yeah. So once you catch your person doing whatever, just deal with your person.
Be decisive.
Yeah.
Either you're staying or you're going.
Yep.
That's words of advice
Yeah, that's on that.
from Becky K.
Otherwise, because now look, she could be facing jail time.
Yeah.
Ko mafuta uyo.
Awe mafuta chango pinzi. Usadaro man.
Achapi amalese na Becky.
Achapiwa a slap on the wrist like, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So Becky K,
Danny J.
Guido's Nash.
Yeah, we out.
This has been the hottest podcast anywhere on YouTube, The Danny J Show.
That's right.
Becky K, Nash, Guido's in the building. Till next time. When is next time?
Next week.
All right.
Promise.
So be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, subscribe to Boys That Turn Us TV, show us love, likes, share. Let everybody know what's going on here. Till next time. We out.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
we're not out.
No, we're not out.
We're not
There
out.
was
Okay,
that.
we're back.
There was
Okay. We're back. All right.
there was that there was that ending that you once did, and then Bako cut it out.
Which one was that? Bako is always cutting things.
Yeah, and I thought that was such a cool one. Although you were just doing what's his name, the rapper, the Run DMC guy. What's his name?
Oh, Rev.
Rev Run.
Rev Run.
Yes, that closing. Do you remember
Oh,
it?
right,
Yes.
right. Okay, that one. Not Reverend.
It's not Reverend.
What's his
Russell.
name? The brother. Russell. Simmons.
Russell Simmons.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it. Good night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you all.
yeah.
Thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
There we go. Yeah.
The Denny J Show. Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraitinzwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean hande
It's time!